I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and today we got a mega movie plan. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new movie West Side Story. I'm going to be going over my thoughts on the movie, the good, the bad, and my recommendation on whether you should see this one or not. So stick around to the end of the video for that recommendation. Now, spoiler warning is in effect here, so if you have no idea of the overall West Side Story, definitely go and see this movie first. Go in with a fresh pair of eyes. I don't want to ruin anything for you here. But if you know the West Side Story, it's a classic story. It's been out for decades. This is going to be a good review for you. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Are you ready? Tonight is about family.
Now to get into the good of the movie first. Now, this movie is filmed to perfection. Steven Spielberg does a great job here revitalizing this classic story, just transporting you back through time to 1950s New York, and just how this movie is filmed with all the camera placement and how all the scenes are shot. It just takes you on this ride and you're enjoying all the cinematography of this movie, and it is just done so well. And then the story here, it's a great classic story.
The first gringo boy who smiles at you.
Now to get into the overall production of the movie, I'm so glad this movie had a big budget of around $100 million. You see it all on screen here. The costume and makeup design really transport you back to this time period. And then all the musical numbers here, all the classic songs are done so well. And the choreography with all the dancing, there is no misstep here. It is done to perfection. Some of the musical numbers that really stood out to me were the Jet song and America. It was just done so well, and you're going to be singing those songs for a long time after this movie. This cast does a great job here too, led by Rachel Zegler. She does a great job just being able to emote with her eyes, and her singing is excellent. And she is truly the star of the show, and she's going to be a superstar for a long time after this movie with just how well she performed in this movie. But she's also backed up with a great supporting cast here. DeBose as Anita and Fast as Riff do a great job and have great charismatic personalities that they bring to their supporting role. So overall, this cast is excellent.
I never seen you before. You're not Puerto Rican.
Is that okay?
Do you want to start World War III?
Now to get into the bad of the movie. Now there isn't any major negative here, but there are a couple minor drawbacks. One of them being Ansel Elgort as a lead in this movie. Now he does a fine job, but he's just not excellent in this role. All the other characters that surround him are very charismatic and really bring a lot of power to their role. Where Elgort, it's a little bit more disconnected with him, and he just kind of gets outshined in a lot of the scenes he's in. And even though he's a great dancer and singer, and he has his moments in this movie that get really emotional, there's just sometimes you don't really buy him as this character. You don't always buy the romance between him and Maria, and then it just feels like he is not as charismatic as some of the other characters, and you don't really buy his dangerous past. He just seems a little bit more distant than everyone. Also, another drawback for some people could be that there are absolutely no subtitles in this movie. Now, I thought that was a okay choice because I was still able to fully understand every scene. I understand most of the words and phrases, but even without understanding the language, I feel like based on the characters' tones and their physical movements, you could definitely pick up what was going on in the scenes. But if you're somebody that absolutely needs subtitles to understand everything in a movie, well, that could be a drawback for you.
Who are you? Friend or foe?
Now to get into my recommendation of the movie, yes, everybody absolutely needs to go out and see this movie. This movie is a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies of the year, hands down. It is just done so well from a production and film standpoint that if you like movies at all, I think you're going to find some kind of enjoyment here. And this is just a classic story, just revitalized for this new modern telling. It is just done to perfection. Gotta go out and see this one this week. Don't miss it. See it on the biggest screen you can find with the best speakers, because I'm telling you, these musical numbers are just gonna draw you in and you're just gonna have a blast with this movie. But be prepared, this movie is long. It gets close to 3 hours. You're not gonna want to take a break, because this movie is just done at such a great pace that you are connected to every scene. No scene is a waste in this movie. Go out and see this movie today. So that will do it for today's movie review of the new West Side Story, directed by Steven Spielberg, the GOAT. And definitely let me know in the comments below, have you seen this movie yet? Or are you now planning on seeing this movie? And when are you going to see it? Because you don't want to miss this one. And then also, if you're discovering this channel for the first time, we are building a mega film fan community on here. And I don't want you to miss out on any movie content. We do movie reviews, movie rankings, movie news, and movie hauls. So make sure you subscribe today. That way you get all that future content. Also, like the video and definitely check out some other videos in the playlist, and that way you get more of that movie entertainment. And this is Mega Mike, the Movie Man out here, reminding you to make every day a movie day.